everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Browns going up against the Steelers. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them after.
Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
2nd down following the run. And on the ground they go with a running back. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Looking to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And he will find his man on the outside. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The open man is Smith. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. 3rd down, 15 yards still needed. Play action. They'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
They'll run the option left, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Hard throw, incomplete. Travis Coons on now for the Browns field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. And with a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one incomplete.
So many offenses want to improve their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Browns are going to have a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah,
and he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Ooh, with a juke. Cuts it out. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
But not a fun game at all for anyone who's playing defense on the field at this point. They just gave up another first down on another good run. I wonder if the defense coordinator just says, let's sell out, play against the run, and not worry about getting beat by the pass.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age. But then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their number one goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Over the middle to Smith. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Coons connects on this one. It's good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still, no yardage. Okay.
Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first. There were a couple holes there, partner. Was that zone coverage?
That's exactly what it was, Brandon. When you see man-to-man, that defender runs with the receiver. In this case, they were just taking care of their zone coverages, their responsibilities on the field, and the offense found the open space.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold him to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This will be caught just inside the 10. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to...
drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run the option left. So a good spin. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight it. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run the option left. Look at the spin. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
And they'll run it here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Browns, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night